So today, maybe this is a little personal, but I wanted to talk about the people who have kind of impacted my life here. You know, to talk a little bit about my interactions with the people here, and you know, to sort of share how they've helped me and you know how they've made me feel very welcome. Greetings. So today's episode is another kind of blog type thing. It's a little bit personal, so I want to talk about friendship and how important that has been to me, you know, not only in my reasons for staying here, but also in the the reasons that I decided to make the move at all. It's really been a lifeline having good friends out here, and it's really been a big benefit to me as a person for personal growth. So firstly, I wanted to list a few Polish words about friendship, because there are three words that have been thrown my way to describe different types of friendship. So firstly, you've got triation, which is friendship, or you know, so this is like, you know, the people that you're close to, the people that you open up to, and I try to put most of the people I know here into this category, because I'd much rather be, you know, a close friend to people than just an acquaintance or whatnot. You have colleague, and this is just like a, you know, work colleague, you know, so someone you know, someone that you're friendly with but perhaps aren't that close to. And then you've got znajomy, which is like acquaintance, so you know, somebody you know, perhaps you're not that friendly with them, but you know them and you interact with them and that kind of thing. Now, when I was thinking about this video, originally I put a list together of all the people that I've interacted with and what they've done for me here. And I was going to give a lot of personal shout outs, and I realise now that that would make it a very long video. And actually a lot of people have done a lot of things for me here. So rather than kind of go into, you know, a great long list of thank you so and so, thank you so and so, I just want to discuss about some of the ways that I've been helped here. And you know, I have a few shout outs at the end. So firstly, you know, when I arrived here, I was greeted at the airport by two special individuals who decided to hold up a little placard with my name and my profile picture at the time. Now, given that I was kind of leaving the job and didn't really care so much, I kind of changed my profile picture to Optimus Prime, personal hero of mine, as he should be for many. And so that was there on this placard next to my name, and yeah, it was quite funny, a nice little personal touch. It was really cute. And there they took me to my apartment, you know, made sure I had the keys, the access code to get into the building and everything, so I was really grateful for that. They also presented me with this kind of loaf of like sourdough bread which I basically survived on for the first weekend because I was too nervous to go shopping. Not speaking Polish, I was petrified about being asked questions in the shops. So that was a nice little, beginning to my journey here. And at the start, if you remember in some of my previous videos, I kind of found it a little bit difficult right at the beginning because of the nature of why I was here. There was a bit of paranoia that perhaps I was here to, determine who should be fired, to report all the bad things that were happening with the new team, and to cause some problems. When in reality, I kind of gave up the allegiance I had with my team back in the UK because, well, I was, being let go. So, yeah, there was no real reason for people to worry, but I could understand why they did. But eventually, after, perhaps a few slightly lonely weeks, they started to invite me out. So the people that really kind of invited me to, go drinking to the pub or, to house parties or that kind of thing. Thank you, because it really made me feel welcome at the beginning, and it really allowed me to get to know people on a more personal level, because there's only so much you can really get to know people in the office. Another thing that was very helpful to me was help with taxes. Taxes in Poland when you're new here can be a bit daunting because you had to fill in a form and you had to calculate stuff, and I'm not really very minded in that department. So I had some help, from some very special colleagues. One in particular really, took the time to take me through the forms and to make sure that I had everything done. So I got that submitted. Luckily, when you've been in Poland for like a couple of tax years, there's like an automatic system that you can log into, and as long as you know your details from the last year, then you can get all that done for you in a way, and then you pay what you owe, which hopefully isn't too much. So that was a very big benefit to me. And of course, a lot of people, as well as being sort of sociable, they were there to listen. So there were times when perhaps I was feeling a bit down, or I was having a few, personal issues, and a lot of people were there to give me advice or to just, give me a sympathetic ear, and that really helped me through what were, I would say, some tough times, because life is never easy, and having friends that really genuinely care and want to help, it makes a massive difference. So for everyone that listened, I really appreciate that. It really helped me a lot. Okay, so another thing is that people were definitely quite brutally honest at times, which I appreciate. I'd rather people, if they have an issue or they see an issue, would tell me about it than just like pretend everything's okay. And that really led me to make some big changes and to really seek a kind of a path of self-improvement. So for everyone that really pointed out things and really kind of stressed what I could improve, I appreciate that. It really came in handy. And one person in particular, so disgusted by my choice of clothes, actually took me shopping for a good couple of hours to find me a new outfit, and I started to realise, okay, maybe I'll be less practical in what I wear and try to be a bit more stylish, and maybe it will improve my presentation. So thank you. And yeah, there are some other things, like somebody set me on a date with one of their friends. Okay, fair enough, it didn't go anywhere, but it was a really nice touch. you know, this same person actually also organises like the birthday list in the team, and she always made sure to keep me included there even when I switched teams. And I think that was a really good way of showing team spirit and to kind of help bring people together. So another issue I've had, of course, here is with Polish. Certainly one of the most difficult languages in the world, and a lot of people have helped me with this, you know, teaching me the odd word here, the odd expression there. Some people have tried to go into the grammar rules, others have, you know, really put in a good amount of effort and time into, you know, teaching me some basics. And I know it can be frustrating for people because my pronunciation is still pretty shocking at times. So I thank you for your perseverance on that, but more importantly, the people that really made the effort to try and teach me some Polish, thank you. Because the more I know here, the easier it is to get by. And also, if I ever want to stay here kind of permanently, it's kind of a requirement for citizenship, so all of that was really appreciated. Now also, I was taken on a few trips to places like Krakow, Zakopane in the Tatra Mountains. You've got Wrocław, Gdańsk, Elbląg, quite a few places people have taken me to here, and I really valued that. So thank you for those people that, you know, joined me on trips or took me to places and told me about these places, because it really helped to inspire my passion for the country, as well as the desire to, you know, explore it a bit more. So that was invaluable to me. So that meant a lot when people did that. And, you know, even the places I've visited, like I went to Olsztyn, I had a nice, you know, tour by a friend there, and hopefully we'll have the same in Poznan in the weekend. Hoping the weather gets a bit better. It's raining a bit now. But yeah, so that was definitely another thing. Sorry, I have to consult my list. So also, you know, when I decided to start up this channel, there were a few people who offered me advice on things to improve, and I really appreciated that advice, because if you look at my earlier videos compared to now, I hope you'll see a bit of a difference, and that I try to put more effort in. So those people that gave me advice, and those people that subscribed to my channel, and those people that, you know, commented or, you know, just, you know, engaged me, that was a really big benefit, and something that, you know, I thought was invaluable. And then there were the people that kind of educated me in history. You know, so I can think of a few people I talked to about history and politics here. And again, it's an exciting subject for me. It's probably why I talk about it so much in a lot of my videos. But gradually, I'm getting a real picture of Poland, how it was formed, and over time, I hope to produce more historical videos. And those people that have, you know, shared YouTube clips or articles, or, you know, just had discussions with me about history and about the politics of the country, I really appreciate that as well, because that really helped me to understand this country better. And likewise, you know, you might know I'm a bit of a geek. I have certain interests, and there are a few people here that I can share that with. So I really appreciate those people who I can have those little conversations about, who get excited about some of the things that I do, about certain movies or TV shows or whatnot. You know, people would even buy me little gifts to help decorate my desk and things. People recommended places where I could go to buy, you know, sort of little widgets and things to put around my apartment. So that again helped me to create the kind of feeling of home here. So that meant a lot as well. And people, you know, would take me out drinking, take me out clubbing. You know, one friend in particular kind of showed me a bit of the techno scene here. And, you know, those nights, they give you some good memories. So I really appreciate that. And you know, one thing I've really tried to do here is to build a community for myself, but also to try and build a wider community in the team. So I really appreciate the people that, you know, came along to the events that I organise, whether it be game nights or, you know, just sessions down the pub, or, you know, sessions around my house, or stuff down at the river. All the people who you know, actively joined, who contributed, thank you for being part, because it means a lot to me. Especially, you know, some of my birthdays in recent years. Wow, it's I've really felt supported by the people who showed up to those, and it makes me feel very valued here. Even in COVID times this year, I got a good sort of 15 or so people out to celebrate, which I think in this day and age is a bit of an achievement. Maybe not quite the 50 or so that showed up last year. You know, we're living in a different world, so I can understand why some people, you know, perhaps they're a bit hesitant to come out at the moment or to be in gatherings. It's okay. You can make up for it by getting me a drink next time around. And likewise, all the people who invited me out on nights out or house parties, or, you know, whatever celebration is going on, I really appreciated that and still do. So if you're organising things, remember to include me. Even though I may not work with everyone that I consider a friend here, I'm still around and I'm not intending to go anywhere. And especially now with working at home and things, it can, you know, sometimes be a little bit lonely. So I really appreciate those people who make an effort there. And to the managers I've had here, I feel that you have really pushed me, that you have really given me extra responsibility. You've helped me to grow a great amount in the workplace and as an individual, as well as giving me sound personal advice. And having that kind of connection with your managers is a very special bond. So I really, really appreciate the managers I've had who have been there for me and have shown a real interest in me. You know, I wouldn't be where I am now without you, and I hope I still have a wonderful future here. So I'll be turning to you for guidance as time goes on. And there were people that, you know, took me to things like climbing. There are quite a few climbing walls in Poland, so that was a nice little extra activity to do. You know, I was taken ice skating at the beginning of my stay here, and that was a lot of fun, despite the fact that I'm absolutely terrible at ice skating, and I mainly went for the hot wine I was promised afterwards. And also the times people have introduced me to new foods here, to take me to restaurants. You know, I have one friend who's given me a lot of kind of vegan cooking, and, you know, given me an appreciation for that. So, you know, that's all rather invaluable as well. And there are little things, you know, people that, you know, indulged me in certain passions like Pokemon Go, playing chess. These little things, you'd be surprised how much of a difference they can make, and just add a little bit of fun. So, you know, these are some of the things that people have really helped me with, or, you know, been there for me with. So I wanted to just do a few shout outs at the end of the video. So firstly, here in Poland, there is one friend that really stands out head and shoulders above the rest, and that's my friend Shimon. Now, Shimon was one of the first people to, you know, get me socializing. He's a kind of a regular social partner of mine, and he's really been there for me. A lot of people have been there for me, but Shimon especially has, you know, gone above and beyond the call of any friendship duty. Even when I was in quarantine a few months back, he was there to, like, deliver some food and alcohol to help me survive. So, wow, what can I say, mate? I love you, you're brilliant. And I have friends outside of Poland as well. So there's one in particular in the UK, Matty. You've come to visit me once. You're hopefully going to be visiting in another couple of weeks. Travel providing. But you've been a good lifeline for me here, somebody I can talk to, somebody who keeps me engaged, and someone who's given me a lot of good advice over the years. So I really appreciate your friendship. And likewise, talking of friends abroad, I have friends in India that I talk to occasionally, that I've worked with for many years, and I consider friends as well. People like Azaz in particular, Umang, Priyang, Anup, Maya, Prarit, Palak, Leelam. There are so many that really have been great to know over the years. So I really appreciate that, even if I haven't met all of you, that I've had the chance to know you, and still count you very much as friends. And finally, I really had to say, my relationship, Agata, you've really helped me to grow. You really pushed me. With Polish, you're always so honest with me, and this is something I really appreciate. You've inspired a big love of me in me for traveling, and you really are helping me to grow so much as a person. So I really value everything that you've done for me, and you've helped to keep me sane during Corona. I hope likewise, and just thank you for everything you've done. And I'll include her family in that. Grażyna and Carol really made me feel like a member of the family, have hosted me at Jalka, have again during the quarantine they kept us supplied with food, and have been big supporters for me. So I really appreciate what you've done as well. So that was pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video. I know it's a bit personal. Maybe the average viewer is like, okay, did I learn anything from that? I don't know. But I wanted to emphasize how important it is when you're living anywhere to have a good network of people and to feel supported. And here I really do. So a big thank you to everyone who's made the effort to engage with me, who's made me feel welcome here. And I really do value you very much as friends. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more random insights and random travel and random stuff about Poland. Thank you very much. Goodbye.